Yes, he's a high net worth man, but he's a low value man. How can you want to attach your name, your brand? Kitu wano na iliko inenda TV ina rombosea mtu.
My God, that is such. Hiyo ni akili yako ni very small. Kama kurombosa is equivalent to
kurombosa is listen, it's a mating dance.
Here, welcome to, as Chim says, the best podcast in. No, it's actually Zola who says that. The best podcast. The best podcast. Watch it. Even introduce our mic. The best podcast in Kenya. The Based Podcast. My name is Lilia.
Zola as usual.
Becca.
Shout out.
Becca.
Me, I'm Chim. You already knew that. Apparently, guys have been hating on me on BNN.
Oh, yeah, for saying the story of control.
Single women. You know, single women have been hating on me. Go figure.
You'll never see BNN, those people like in...
I actually respect BNN because of what Edgar Barry was able to do. Mm-hmm. He's found a way to monetize single bitter feminists. Go you.
Anyway, you guys, these people have just ambushed me and told me I'm going to take over this topic. First of all, I'm very disappointed because I really hate this topic. I could not wait to just come and say this is nonsense. Actually, for a minute, I thought, should I not come? I almost said the rain is just going to stop me. But then I think I have so much love for this to my boys. So anyway.
Thank you.
So the topic is, why do Kenyan women keep making sexual content? And then they put a... slash. Don't sexualize me unless I do it myself. I don't know which Kenyan women these are. And then you know what pissed me off is that the fact that you said Kenyan women. Anyway, Zola's first point.
This is what Team's points.
That's why. It makes sense.
That's what Team's points is saying.
Is it wrong to sexualize Kenyan women? Is it wrong to sexualize Kenyan women?
First of all, everybody needs to understand what sexualizing is. Because not everybody actually understand what the word sexualization is. So, elaborate on that first. So, I know if we're on the same level.
Our dictionary, elaborate.
Sexualization is just when you see a member of the opposite sex as a sexual object. You see them for their sexual utility over who they are as a person.
So, what's the question?
Is it wrong to sexualize Kenyan women? No.
Absolutely. It's not okay to sexualize anyone for that case. You cannot just look at somebody and be like, that's a sexual object. Where is the humanity in that? There's nothing humane.
Zola?
I'm not sure.
My answer is going to be based on how you present yourself is how you treat you. If you're not saying all Kenyan women are sexualizing themselves, but there's also ones you can see they lead with their
sexuality. I'm saying all of them are. Ingia IG.
I'm saying, let me say my point.
Thank God nilitoka IG.
My thing is, if you present yourself, like there's a hilarious skit where Dave Chappelle said, if I see you dressing like a police officer, and I come and ask you maybe for help as a police officer, and you tell me I'm not a police officer, why do you sumbua me? Like, you dress
you
like
can't get upset.
Yeah, you dress like a police officer.
So if I see you dressed like a hoe,
as in
like garden tool. That's what I meant, Google. Garden tool. Garden tool.
So what is what for you using that reference? If you look at a babe like this, what is a babe looking like a garden tool? Because before we started this, Chip said that the way I am dressed, if my picture is on Google, I'll be flagged. I don't think I look like a garden tool.
No, we're saying Google has been
they have been changing the algorithm. So they have marked Kenya as a conservative country, right? And they are not consistent with their parameters. So you might find on one image, they'll see you as you are and say, that is...
too much.
Yeah, they actually class it as nudity. And then at the same time, there'll be another photo of, let's say, Becca, who is showing, her arms out, right? And they'll say, Zao, this is fine. So there's no consistency. That's what I was explaining.
No, but now you tell me, what if you look at somebody, a babe, how will you say this babe looks like?
No, the simple truth is this. Obviously, there are times when someone is going out and they're going to have fun, they can maybe expose a bit more. But if every day you dress like you want attention from men, you're always showing a lot of extra skin, Even the other day, one of the interns came to the office and she came with a tumbo cut. I was like, wow,
It's called a crop top, bro.
that one.
This is such a millennial. Who
I'm not even
Gen Y.
That one. I was like, what? Is this crop top? That I even asked another lady. She was like, no, you're not supposed to come with that crop top to the office. What is doing that?
Tumbo cut.
So I've changed my thing. My thing was, if you're dressing like that every day, you're trying to get people's attention. Don't be shocked if someone says, by the way, that chick is most likely wants to sexualize herself. She wants people to get attention from men because of the way she's dressing. That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing, guys. There's nothing wrong with sexualizing a person.
I also think so too.
Because we are human beings. The first thing I'll see is
how
I
you-
will see you, right? And from that point, I'll determine whether or not I am interested from a procreational capacity, or maybe even recreational. You know,
I think you've already said it. You already said it.
unaona, I'll see you, I'm like, hey, okay, hapa packaging inaweza ama yezi. If it can, then I will approach. And it's the same thing with women.
As we look at something else.
Let me ask you a question. Let me anger the feminists. When you read books like 50 Shades of Grey, right? The guy was called who?
Grey.
Grey, right? Was he not described?
I guess I didn't
Right?
read the book, but I watched the movie.
He was,
He was.
right? And how did they describe him?
Tall,
That
dark.
was a sexy
Tall,
man,
dark,
right? Yeah? Like my twin, like me. Yeah? So, my point being,
That was tall,
you cannot
yeah?
say,
Okay.
you cannot say, I missed tall. I swear to God. God is watching you. You cannot say, women don't, they don't see men from that same lens. Women will see you from the very same lens. And then they'll say, the minute he opened his mouth, maybe that's when they'll say, okay, the minute he opened his mouth, I was turned away. Which we know is nonsense, because when you look at the type of men who women were saying are popular, they are described as the conservative right wing. They are built, they basically everything that society tells you women would not appreciate.
I don't know if we sexualize men, correct me if I'm wrong, but in terms of that way, like the way men look at us, may think for you, even a man coming to talk to me, I kid you not, the first thing I look at is your shoe, your
Valid.
watch.
Valid.
Yeah, I'm just like, say, akona do, amana do.
Listen.
Like that's our form of sexualizing a man. Am I right or am I wrong as a
when
babe?
women self-report, you guys come up with the most PC nonsense. I look at his watch, I look at his shoe. You don't even know whether the watch is a Rolex or an Omega. You don't even know if the watch is even fake or not. Mamas don't usually know. Mamas don't even know whether the shoes are genuine or not.
But in a
All
class
them-
outfit.
exactly. Unaona?
It might
Now,
not be genuine,
check
but it's looking like it's genuine.
Ulikuwa unasoma Mills and Boons? Or I should have started by asking, which are the most popular books
Okay, I'm not a reader, Chim.
teenagers female teenagers soma? Since akina Mills and Boons.
And Harlequin.
Sindio? And how do they... We come from a generation where it was normal to read.
Okay.
So,
Guess so.
how does the cover look? It's always a buff guy. It is always a buff guy.
Long flowing hair.
It's always a buff guy.
And holding the
Sweaty
heroin
buff guy.
and all that. In fact, that thing of sexualizing, women actually do it. Go and check on Instagram, a guy who's handsome. Go and look at the comments.
But
Women go crazy there.
Go and watch rom-coms. It's usually between a buff guy and the nerdy guy. And then the nerdy guy, he wins in the end. He wins sloppy seconds. The Forrest Gump.
But yeah. First of all, you need to ask yourself, like, ndio maana niliwaambia, you need to clarify what sexualization is. Because somebody might argue that the buffness is not necessarily in terms of sexual.
Yeah.
It could be.
You just look nice.
It could be in
Zola.
terms of the girl is thinking.
The most popular. I've interrupted you. I'm sorry.
It could be this girl is looking at this guy and thinking security. It has nothing to do with sex.
Bro, like, I also think so.
I could have friends who are built up because I feel like when I'm around them, I'm just safe. It has nothing.
Zola, when
to do
Kenyan
with
content
sex.
creators, even the men, decide that they want the female gaze, what do they do? What did BN do? Took off his shirt and oiled up.
Yes.
Sindio,
Hakuna
what does
content.
this guy who's nowadays chasers on the border, we don't know which team he plays for, Antoanani, Just Jim it, Frankie. What does he do? He wears the most flowery way. You guys are actually penalizing me with this no cussing thing. He wears the most flowery t-shirts, opens the buttons, oils himself in his. He goes and steals his kiddo's baby oil, oils himself, flexes on the gram. Sindio.
I mean,
And they do that knowing they are attracting the female gaze.
I don't know. Me, I'm not for that. Let's just move to the next point. But me, I'm not for that. I don't think that's how we sexualize men. Anyway, who's responsible for the sexualization of Kenyan women?
Themselves.
I knew both of you would say themselves.
Themselves.
I don't think it's you because according to what you've said, you're very loud to say that. Thank you very much.
Our director. Once an appearance.
Anything else you want to say? You are very loud to say that we do it for the men. First of all, me, I didn't dress like this because of you, men. I don't care about you.
But there's a man that you dress like this for.
It's just to feel nice. Even today, I haven't noticed I have
you ever gone
lipstick.
clubbing in looking frumpy?
Yeah, there are days I go with sweatpants and a jumper and I put the hoodie on.
My cousin told me
Maheni.
not to go to clubs with sweatpants because I was like, I'm just going to the club.
Like I genuinely just want to have a good time. I'm not here to make a man get. There days I if I want to get a man attracted, it's my man. It's not ati this man ati today wacha nivae hivi au wanaume wakuje wanione bro.
Today's
it's not
lines
that.
are sponsored by Lily Aisha.
Yeah, I'm talking as a I even forgot to introduce
have you guys
this
never noticed that even married celebrities, even the married celebrities tend to show off their bodies on social media? Who do you think they're doing that for? It's not for other women. It isn't. The shorty will be married. Look at this one who used to be fat. And it was the one who looks honestly has that vibe for. She came from the village. Akapata fala mwenzake, but she Rispa Faith. You even knew what I'm talking about.
It's just because you said
used to be fat. She used to be fat. She worked on her body. Sindio? When she worked on her body, she went out somewhere and had an interview where she said that she's thinking about skin bleaching. What was the logic behind why she wants skin bleaching?
That's Rispa because we all know, sorry to say this, what Rispa's business was before she became.
You
interviewed her on it, you wrote about it before she became Brian's wife. We all know what she was doing, and she made a reference there and said that even women who in the club, when you go, it's the light-skinned women who are hunted more or whatever. And she said what she went to lose weight because of her husband. She lost weight for her husband so she can be able to give it to her husband.
Yeah,
good.
She wants to bleach for other men because apparently
for her husband.
No, she said she's bleaching because that's what Kenyan men like.
Okay, so you as a man, you're claiming that the reason these women are being sexualized
is because of them.
Is because of these women.
Yes. Here's the thing. Name for me 5 female Kenyan content creators whom, if we go through their TikTok or their IG, they do not have more than a smidgen of thirst traps.
I had a list and it's in my book, but I can, at the top of my head, my first person itakuwa Joy Ogwethi. Joy Ogwethi is a radio presenter.
I don't know who that is.
Same.
Do you know who that is?
She works in but like For You page yako is your For You page.
If I show you my For You page, I was actually telling these guys, me when I ingia IG, I see the worst of us. Me, I see guys committing. I see guys in cars.
Analyzing.
You see that celeb that you mentioned? Atumjui.
No, but
the thing is, because hajaweka hiyo content.
So she
does the most followed TikTok short is called.
What's your point?
I don't know.
The most followed TikTok short is called Murira.
But I think her account was banned.
But still, she was the most followed Kenyan TikTok content creator. What was her content?
Just that straps.
Booty everywhere.
Let me actually, there's a place we can meet in the middle on this one. Mm-hmm. I get your point on you don't always want to dress for man. That one I've got it. Makes sense. You have moods, you just go to the club and you just want to relax. You put on the sweatpants and all that. That makes sense. What I'm trying to circle on is when women are exposing a lot, you're not exposing for your fellow women. You're exposing for men who are very visual. That is my
They are the consumers of what you're exposing.
Yes. You're not exposing what women will see from other women. Women says, I'm dressing for other women. It's not your body. It's what you've worn, your dress, your bag, your shoes. That's the stuff. That's why
the things that you'll do, and even your guys like WTF. Like when you start talking about nails, Men don't care.
We don't care. That's why you see many content.
When you start talking about your makeup, I found out some called contouring.
No, they do actually.
Men care.
Yeah, a lot of men care.
You hang out with a lot
Yeah,
of
because
real
even me,
men.
when I'm going to
I
do my
like,
nails,
listen,
my man would be like,
First of all, I do not have a lot of male friends. This I'm talking about.
Babe.
At least when I'm doing research, people
You dropped them after appearing on our show.
No.
After the window we kicked.
No. Okay, so here's my point. You'll have so many guys claiming why women wear red lipstick, because during the adult content moment, let me just say that, the lips turn red. There's so many superficial things going online, and some men are actually hyperfixated on what women do. If I make my nails, it's for a man. If I do my hair, it's for a guy. If I do my lashes, it's for a guy.
If I wear a short
they
dress,
always nearly have to have an opinion, despite the fact I just want to look nice.
Those are fetishes, because most
You're the
men
one.
don't.
Zola, you're the one who was talking about finding middle ground. Hakuna
No,
middle ground hapa itapatikana.
wait. I don't disagree with entirely. And the reason I disagree with it is most men will not notice your nails.
Your nails.
what?
Yes.
Yes.
Most men don't.
And
notice
unless your
nails.
weave has really chapped or
Yes.
your nywele has
Yes.
chararad, we don't notice, we don't
There are very
care.
few things we notice. The things we notice are how you
The things
the-
we
New
like.
information. I'm not lying.
No, I'm
Even
very
this
serious.
is new,
I'm
because
not- listen,
me, my
I'm
male
not-
friends
I'm
would be
not
like,
doubting
Aisha,
you
your
guys.
nails
I'm
look
just
so
saying-
nice. And
Yes.
there are men.
I'm not
My
doubting you
brother
guys.
would tell me that. When I go to
He's
the
your
salon,
brother.
my brother would notice.
He's your brother.
My mom
He's
would
not
notice.
looking for the content someone like Zola would be looking for.
For me, the thing
He's
is,
your brother.
I'm just looking at how your mule looks and how whatever you're wearing, particularly your outfit, does it complement your mule? And then especially your calves showing.
I don't
That's
even
the
You
know
guys
why.
are about
I don't
to say you
even know
like white toes.
Who has ever said that?
You guys are ghetto. What
You
men
guys-
are this we are sitting with?
Julio, do you even look at nails?
I think these two consume a lot of sexy red.
No,
Actually,
even
what?
Do you look at nails?
like
This is-
Lilian, you have nice toes.
Let me give
Do you
you.
look at nails?
You told me, even you told me. It's you, Amma, it's you who said I have nice legs. Because of the polish I had put and the heels I had worn.
It's not
Stop,
me.
you can't
None
sit
of
here
us.
like
It's
one.
me.
But wait, let me
It's you.
explain
It's one.
to
It's either of you two. I'm not sure which one it was. I'm
me-
trying to not say it's Chim because
No, it's not me. Like legit,
I
it's
feel
not me.
like it's you.
I kid you not, we don't notice those nails. Those things that you go crazy about.
You even
We
said
don't.
my
Those are for
henna
other
looked
women.
nice.
Those are
Oh,
for
no.
other
You
women.
said my
Thing is,
henna looked nice.
Yeah, I said the henna look nice. I was saying, even if you don't have
Come
it,
on,
even
please.
if you don't have it.
Zola, the henna was made to accentuate.
Yes,
you know?
and look nice. Actually, I noticed
That's
that.
exactly what we are saying.
Yes,
Kwendeni
yes,
huko.
yes.
The question of who's responsible for
when
sexualizing
he said-
Kenyan
When he
women.
said the henna looks nice, he didn't want to have to sit down with our HR baadaye.
But we don't have HR here.
Director over there and your HR.
So actually, you guys have answered this question the wrong way, because you're saying who's responsible for women
It's women.
sexualizing
Women
of Kenyan women.
sexualize
It's men,
themselves.
according to
No.
what you're
No.
saying.
No. You're doing
You
as
do
we are the
it
consumers.
listen, there's something called the male gaze.
But who's
Male gaze.
sexualizing?
Yeah.
Listen.
How are they sexualizing themselves?
Listen, there's something called the male gaze, and there's an equivalent counterpart, the female gaze. The male gaze is when I look at you, as long as we're not related by blood, I'm not looking at you and saying, wow, nice hair, wow. That's what I'm
that.
saying. I'm looking at you and wondering, aye, cool, is this someone who is bangable? When we proceed from that is when we now start to relate. Like that's what now dating becomes. So I'm trying to evaluate whether this is something that can go further. No one ever approaches you at the blind and says, I don't even know how you look, but I just heard your laugh and I thought you sound like you're intelligent. That's nonsense. Someone will say, Niaje, Cheki. And I can back this up by saying, I know there are times when you get dressed, you go home and you feel like you've wasted your outfit because no one looked at you, no one got to see you.
Which will drive me to another question. Like, have you ever done or studied the relationship between attention and human beings? Why do human beings want attention? Why are people cloud chasing? Why are people dressing skimpily online? Why do
Because
people need attention?
Attention is currency. You make that's what Kinabati did what they did last week. That thing of their cloud chasing. Attention makes you money over time. And that is it's very simple. The more people keep their eyes on you, the more you can sell yourself, the more you can it's called what?
Sell a commodity.
Yes. That's what they're doing.
Which is right, absolutely, and I agree with that. And it will lead me to my next point.
Okay.
Motivation. Why are these girls online actually sexualizing themselves?
So we agree that they're sexualizing
What is the intention?
Whatever
Of course
the
there
motive, we
is.
agree that they're sexualizing
Yes.
themselves.
Okay, they are sexualizing themselves, but we are blaming them for sexualizing themselves.
We are not blaming anyone. We are saying take accountability.
Just
But like, listen,
But what's
me
why is the
personally,
reason? She's saying
my,
why.
My point is, I'm going to my point. Despite the fact that they have a hand in sexualizing themselves, there is another group of people that promote them to sexualize themselves.
Yes.
there's an incentive, which is
That's
like-
it. They're sexualizing.
That is
This
the
is the
argument.
type of thinking that would blame the platform only
Fans.
Hey guys, acheni kusema hizi vitu bwana. Ama it's okay.
It's okay.
Really,
That
is
one is
okay?
not bad. Really.
Actually, they've been really they've shadow banned our social media. But anyway,
OF. But
only friends. That it's like blaming that platform and saying why are they giving these people a
Yeah.
platform to do this?
Absolutely.
Sorry, excuse me. It
They are
was
to
never
blame.
meant. Only friends was never meant to be that. As
Actually, it's
Okay.
not supposed to be that.
by the if the same with IG. They were created. IG was created for you to take food photos. TikTok was made for you to do. It was made to be the replacement for Vine, right? Only Friends was somewhere where you as a content creator could interact with your audience directly. Unaona? Lakini it got to a point where now it's just a ngwati hub.
Listen, I am like, unajua, there are authorities, the people handling this. It's negligence. When you go to a hospital and then the doctor is supposed to treat, you go and make some complaints, and then the doctor treats you for something that you do not have, and then at the end you discover you had another disease the doctor was. You will definitely hold the doctor accountable. If OF is creating a platform for these individuals to, if there are several rules and regulations they could have come up with, like TikTok. You cannot just strip on TikTok. They will ban you. They're regulating, they're creating a safe environment for the children as well as the adults. So yes, they are to blame. They should be held accountable for that.
okay, I don't agree with that because
Exactly.
I feel
At
like
which point do you hold them?
and then they also created
Are
that
women
platform
children?
because of that, because they saw we can make money
so
here.
did they create
Are
that
women
account
children?
because of that?
No, like later on they realized if this is what's gonna make us money, kaende sana.
Absolutely.
Hold
So
on, yes,
technically
yes.
that.
Even as you continue, I want you to finish, then you'll answer this. Whether or not women are children, and whether they can be held responsible for their actions.
Absolutely. Okay. I understand that, and I'm getting to that. I am not negating the fact that these women are sexualizing themselves. My point is, it's a 50-50 thing. Willing seller, willing buyer.
That we are not arguing.
Absolutely.
My point is, however, the truth is Kenyan women are responsible for sexualizing themselves. You know why? They could have used OnlyFriends, right, to sell a course. They could have used even these other sites, akina Chata, unazijua Chata nini?
Message, bro.
Even those ones. As in, those sites, they exist, and the majority of the content creators there from the whole of East Africa are Kenyan women. Your sisters. Or
Well,
your friends.
I don't have
your best
sisters.
friend. She just puts on a VPN, and you don't know that your best friend is there busting it.
Let me just add one thing before you move on. Just to make this very clear. If the men were to be blamed, this will work. Those women have been forced, like what happens in Eastern Europe and all that. You've captured women and you've forced them to do this on camera. So those women have they have no whatever about their own body.
Free Andrew Tate.
Yes. They are not, you get to me. They've been put in a place where you have to expose yourself. You have no choice over it. These women have a choice. That's
Which
a big
is
deal.
there's no employment.
So those are two very different.
Papa Tate.
That's why I
President.
said that. That's why
No,
I was able that.
these are two very different instances. One is criminal, another one is moral.
And that's my point. The thing is, this no one has forced this woman to do
Exactly.
it.
They chose.
They chose. So you cannot
That
blame the person.
accountability is entirely on them.
Okay,
Yes.
when you say that they chose,
They
Sawa.
chose.
But I personally feel like the reason
And-
as to why they're doing it is for you.
Yes.
Because you are my customer,
Here's
so
the
you
thing.
will
Here's
give
the
me
thing.
money.
We are not debating.
Yes.
Personally, I'm not debating the reasoning. I'm just saying, utapata, a young girl, 21, 22, even before she gives life a chance, ashaingia only friends. Imagine giving up. Your father struggles to pay school fees, umalize university to become an only friends creator.
sababu
To
ya
be on
opportunity
TikTok showing people
iko
gunda.
huko, iko na
Ngoja,
doo.
ngoja, ngoja. And it's not just 21-year-olds. Utapata hata kishosho kama these Kenyan celebrity shows. Like I saw the, what was her name? I've forgotten. Shosho anaitwa nani? She used to be hot like 10 years ago. Avril.
Please note that this is Chim's
Avril will
opinion.
go online. Mama ya mtu will go online and post herself in a bikini and then do like this. and then say, I was at the beach, I just had breakfast. Ama, you'll find another one will say, I am embracing my femininity. How does she embrace her femininity? I woke up and decided to embrace my... What is that you're doing? What is that you're doing?
Why do Kenyan women... Why are Kenyan women desperate for clout? Why do Kenyan women desperate for clout or always get not dressed on camera?
Because of the audience.
I agree that too. And then first of all, I think we need to change to Kenyan. We've really made it like I'm a Kenyan woman. Ni kama hata mimi naingianga tu hapo na natoa nguo.
You've told me your IG is not at you. Your IG, your man made sure, or you made sure, because you respect your man, your IG is not going to be thirst trapping. Why did you decide not to thirst trap? Because you know the kind of attention you'd be
Getting.
Exactly. My point being, why I say all Kenyan women is because when a Kenyan woman decides she wants clout, Adi, this senator that we didn't elect, the one who was just foisted on us, the one who tells us I'll keep doing it, this one who takes people's husbands wanakwanga na circus on camera. What is her name?
Don't say the name or you can be sued and then you have an issue.
Even me, I'm like, which one is
She
this?
posts thirst traps.
Oh.
She posts thirst traps.
The one who has a
Kweli
fake
wrongo.
nyash?
Hey, she's always posting. I don't know if
okay.
it's fake or not. I'm just saying she's always posting it. Why? That is a political leader who holds a political office where she says she's meant to be representing who? Not him, not me. Who does she
Women.
represent? Exactly.
But why do you feel like women need to do that to get
Because
to take off even
I don't think they need to. You know why?
Then why have you put this question here?
Listen, because I'm saying they do, but I don't think they need to. There is a much tougher road you can take. I give you an example. Candace Owens. But then you kind of have a resemblance with Candace Owens. Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah, I do know.
I feel like I do.
She's an activist.
She's a social
okay.
commentator.
Right wing.
Right? Yeah, well, she's not.
She's like
Center right.
yeah, you can say
Center
that.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But her content is entirely based upon having debates and showing you her intellect.
But
Name a Kenyan who you'd hold in the same.
And she's taken
Actually,
so long for her to
actually,
establish that.
exactly.
I'm sure.
She was willing to do the time.
Let me tell you the thing about these babes who get online, even at the age. There's a babe I interviewed when I was working before. The camera's gone off. But there's a babe I interviewed where I was working before, and she was young. I think she was 22, and she was saying, I went to interview in her house. She lives in Kilimani, very nice place, and I asked her, how do you manage to pay rent? She showed me where she does her job.
She has a ring.
Yeah, she has a ring light. She has everything
a phone,
set,
and a bed where she
and she had the latest at that time. I think
and
the
then when
iPhone
Zola
13
meets her
Pro
after
Max.
subscribing to her OnlyFriends, she'll say, "Don't treat me like a piece of meat."
And she actually said that. But for me,
You can't
the thing
make this
is,
up, my baby.
you know why they're doing that? It's
Can't make
because
this up.
they have grown in a space where, and I keep saying, these guys have grown on social media where they don't understand that. For even that baby you're talking about, it took her so long to be able to get the money, the fame, the whatever. They don't know that. What women get to social media and all they can see is this babe has money, this babe is traveling, I want her life. So the fastest way to do it, guess what, is to bust it.
You've answered the question.
Actually,
Yeah.
the word is it's easy.
I think
It's easy.
It's easy.
Answer the
Wait,
question.
and also, other than generally being easy, it goes back to the attention part. If we all give attention to this direction and we give no attention to this direction, most people are probably gonna go to that direction.
Facts.
Look,
Facts. Because you're the
I'm not
consumer.
going to make an excuse for the men who consume that content. And I will not even say that it is wrong. I will say men are geared. We won't argue about the fact that men are visual creatures. Women too are visual creatures, but men are almost entirely, in terms of matters, coitus, geared by the visual stimulation, right? How then it's like telling someone, here is food I'm putting in front of you, don't you dare look at it, don't sniff it. You can tell him, here is food, don't touch it, and if he touches it, you'll say he's a thief. But if the food is served over here, he's going to look at it, inhale the odors,
You know, it's
and enjoy himself.
It's just not about the attention, but what comes with the attention. Also, you need to know that this industry is mostly funded by men.
It is. It is.
Yes, and if it is funded by men,
They
And
need
this is
to
where-
please the
yeah.
men.
No.
If you want
I
this
want the
thing to
money.
like reduce somehow to be cut off,
Zola, Kweli Rogo, you and I will speak for myself.
Yeah, please,
One of the
kindly.
things I want to push, and I intended to push this slightly later in the conversation, is I am anti such content. I can show you my phone, and if I show you my feed, I kid you not, you will really struggle to find
such content.
yeah, I am truly anti such content, simply because I believe as a man, your attention is so valuable that there is a girl who can't wait to turn 18 so that she can legally post this stuff online for your attention. Right? I give you an example. Bad Barbie, she couldn't wait to turn 18 to post it online.
Was I think the next day. Or it was
Yeah,
the same day.
the Cash Me Outside, how about that girl,
Who's that?
some white trailer trash that became rich.
But she's I think 19 or 20 right
Guess,
now.
and she's rich.
And she's rich. And then she turned around and started to shame the men who consumed her content. But my point is this: as a man, your attention is so powerful. Stop giving it out ovio. Let these stories have to actually show value to you beyond I have a big nyash.
Are you sure, Chim? Because you contradict yourself sometimes, because you said the first thing, aside from the fact that you're married right now, prior to that, the one thing that would make you get the attention, the babe will get your attention is because of how she looks. When you go to the club, ata kama anaenda
Even now,
kupanda
me being
mats.
married doesn't mean I'm castrated. It just means I try, when I'm with my wife, in order to respect her, I'll be like, okay, cool. I won't necessarily approach, but I notice these things. I'm not blind.
Exactly. So how do you expect then a babe to be able to catch your attention with intelligence
answer that one?
without you looking? Because the first thing you need, before I open my mouth, for you to say, Zola tumekana many times and you say, there hapo isha umeongea point. But before I talk to you, you can't know if I'm intelligent or not. So you will look at me and be like, she's beautiful. Let me sit down and talk to her.
Yeah.
Sasa, munataka?
That's what I'm saying. Yes, there's a difference between dressing well and sexualizing yourself. That's what we are like conflating the two. There are women who dress very elegantly. They look good. You've seen Kambua and she dresses. She's good. You've seen this guy for BBC, his wife. She's called
Joyce.
More
Joyce.
just, I almost said
yes, I'm
more
going for these
real.
gospel chicks. You can still dress well and you look good.
And even the energy guys will approach you with will not be that one of ina daituku igonga.
Yes.
I give you an example that we saw just today. Becca, by the way, much love to you. She's Vumilia the Mvu when she came, right? Then she went and wore this, what they call a sundress.
Yeah.
Julio, how did you react? Zola, how did you react?
I was also amazed.
Sid, how did you react? See the stoic. Even you, right? You're impressed, right? My point being, just to back up what Zola is saying, you can dress in a sundress. It's it's a sleeveless, right? Backless, but it isn't trashy.
It's elegant.
But
Right?
it's carved her body, and
Yes.
that is what you want to see. Sorry, babe.
But it's not, that's the thing you're saying. It's not a bad thing. That's why I said from the beginning, we are looking for something, whatever your body, you look good, it's elegant. The problem with this versus the trashy one is trashy, there's nothing you're hiding.
Everyone we are
okay.
acting like we don't know what trash is. Trash is the kind of thing where you go out to dunda. Sindio,
Yes.
you meet with your mother as you're coming home. You know what you'll do? Kai! Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Unajificha.
Let's not make
I think
excuses.
the only
You can
extreme
go
is
out
like
to
the
party.
video you sent us. That babe, I don't know what that is.
It's common. Kwanza nowadays it's common.
But in the club.
On a Monday morning, mtu anaenda job na tumbo cut.
After I told you,
but
I
like-
was shocked.
Like the other day,
Na kuni printer.
I was working in Westlands with my old a job I was applying for, and my supervisor tulikuwa tunatembea, and then we met this girl. She was dressed in a way we both were like, damn.
Like that video.
Yeah.
Damn.
In daylight, in broad daylight on the street. And then you're like, so this is the new normal, because like, where did we get the confidence? How did we get here in the first place?
Honestly. I mean, I know like short
Hold up.
dresses and everything,
let's,
but
let's hold that kidogo. The time is running out then.
Community guideline?
Eli daddy, bro.
Actually, for chicks, they're allowed more leeway.
Yeah, chicks have leeway.
Yeah.
And it's small chicks. Big chicks don't have that. That's the other thing. Imagine
Because
if
no one's trying to see that. Anyway.
you toxic man. Because also there's that time I remember in our office when we had back then when I was working somewhere, when we had these rules for harassment, sexual harassment. I remember and I'm like, this babe, there's a lady
She put on that
who's
thing.
There's a lady who wears really short things, and
Yes.
it was never a question. But if because I have thighs and they save lives, I'm not sexualizing myself. But
For you to have to say that.
it's because I'm just not you men are just anyway. And for me, because I would wear like a short dress and I enter the office, everyone be like, hey Leo, Aisha, and I'm like, this other small babe wears like this Monday to Monday. They want Friday. Hey, they want Friday. Nimesema tu let me just look nice. It's our hala anyway. So that's just to tell you, life is unfair, girls.
Umesikia hiyo testimony. Lily alikuwa anapeleka content office.
But for why am I selling content then amkuwa na pesa? Anyway, if all Kenyan boys see from the likes of Alice Kanini, first of all, Alice Kanini way. Mimi, I'm again Gen Z. Me, I don't know, man.
Hey,
I don't know.
You're on the curtain.
I don't know you Gen Z guys. Missy Jui, rada yenyu ni gani? I will never stop saying, like everything you do to the extreme. Hey, anyway.
No shame.
Alice Kanini is sexual. Is that, am I allowed to say sexual? Yeah, sexual is okay. Alice Kanini is sexual in nature. Are they wrong for only seeing the female counterpart as objects of? Yeah, just because in nutshell, what this point is saying, just because this girl
It's not
does
just this
that,
girl, but she was the most recent
yeah,
example.
this one and many
In a
other
way,
Gen
yeah.
Zs, young Gen Z, most of them actually are in that, but it's a
Later
phase.
Gen Z stripper.
It's a phase because even Akina Huda used to do that, but now
Yeah.
I think it's just a phase. So
Huda
it's not
still does.
It's not a Gen
phase.
Z
Ours was
thing.
career. Pia Shikwekwe was down to
Vera.
career.
She's back, banging. If you're watching
Oh, so
the
she
show, this
Vera.
reality show, what is
You know, so they should just for one birthday. I
bro?
was just like, wow.
I said the photo shoot
What
she
did I say,
did.
Zola? Even Washoshos are doing it.
But Vera doesn't look like a shosho. Me like there she works on her body. She's like, I'm going to dunga here and tandelea ku bleach itafanya. I will still be young. Anyway, so the point is just because now there's that type of content that is out there, which is honestly, I also need to say it's a very small percentage. It's just that we are focusing on it too much.
Abu, please open your TikTok. Does anyone have their phone?
It's,
TikTok
you know why it's on
It's
that?
at Kenya.
You know what
Alafu mute.
TikTok?
Alafu mute.
You know why it's there on your FYP? It's because you've started with that one
I showed
video.
you my-
Not you. I'm saying others. As in, like
No,
you know
sawa,
why
sawa.
it's there.
Fair
It's
enough,
because
fair enough.
if you start watching, that's what TikTok does, or any other social media
It is the
platform.
only content that Kenyan shories are putting out there.
I don't think so. That's like 2% of the Kenyan babes.
Same actually, I think what this again, you come into the middle. They are putting it out there because it's something that really sells. Unfortunately,
Which sikatai. I'm just saying you cannot sell. Look, I want to give you guys an example. Mimi, I'm a butcher. I get cows. I do my work. I butcher. I smell like a butcher because let's not lie. They usually that blood carries. That's
Are you for real? Like, are you saying this like for real? It's an
Hypothetical.
example.
No,
It's an
it's
example.
hypothetical, right?
Oh damn! I
And
was
then,
going to be like,
how
wow.
then can I
Chima
get
kona dough.
offended if you meet me when I'm out of my gear, my gumboots, the lab coat, and the overalls? You meet me outside, useme, oh, by the way, ndo huyo chimbucha. Yeah? And then I get offended.
no, me, I'm agreeing with you.
That's the point.
Yeah,
That's
you've already
the
sold
whole
yourself.
point
that.
of this. Yeah.
You sold yourself that.
I'm not saying that they don't have their reasons for doing what they're doing. I'm just saying you can't do that and then say, I want none of the consequences for my actions.
Yeah.
But why do you just give them their consequence? Don't come to me. And that's what this point is saying. Just because Alice is doing it doesn't mean you should just do the same. What you go on Alice's comment section and say, Maze umeiva hapo neza gonga.
Check it.
Don't come tell me that.
Name a celebrity. Now, I'm not saying do that to, like Zola said, act as you want to be. It's dress as you want to be addressed. Right? Jibebe how you want to be treated. Right? You cannot get offended if you dress. I see these young boys who want to dress like they used to be called Maodis, Mamorio, the ones who want to look like they're obs. Me, I'm from the generation who call them
Maodis.
obs. I'm a wezi. You cannot dress like a mwizi and then get offended. I don't want you next to me.
Ah.
Yeah.
Unaona? You can't.
I remember saying that
You can't do
also.
something and then be like, the consequences. You can't do that. Yeah.
But
that's
you
what I
can't
was saying. I
now
was challenging
say
you and
all
saying,
over. Sorry.
Fungua IG. Name for me a celeb. Niko IG say, name for me a celeb.
Mazi nilitoka a celeb.
Tufungue, we see
Sharon Mwangi.
Awinja.
No, Sharon Mwangi, she's trending right now.
Who's Sharon Mwangi?
The one who, do you know Kagwe Mungai?
Yeah.
Oh, the
the
one who
babe.
broke up.
Yeah.
Or the girlfriend.
The-
is it?
I think
girlfriend.
Sharon's content is much cleaner than most.
Yeah, see, he said name a celebrity. She's a celebrity. Because muna generalize
No,
watu sana
I'm not
hapa.
generalizing. Me, I just
There's
said that,
someone
but
if
What is this?
Jason Mondi's. What?
What is this?
She's just looking pretty with
Show me, I
What
want
is
to
this?
see.
But she's not sexualizing
She has
herself.
positioned herself to look like she's naked.
What?
Oh my
Let
god.
me
This
see.
is what we mean. It's very relative. It's very
Another one,
relative.
Chima, I don't
This
think.
is
This
the
is
wrong
just
Sharon
very
Mwangi,
relative.
first of all. Because this one is different. I don't even want to
I
show.
remember I was wondering. She's
Yeah,
not the
this one,
It's
this
not the
one, this one is she's. I would agree she's maybe liking to do
She's
those
literally
things.
positioned herself to
sucks.
tease
And
like she's naked.
Oh my god.
Sharon,
No.
Sharon K. Mwangi. This one. Show me where she. I'm sure Chim is going to say yes, and she's just advertising Roll-On.
Let me look for a nice one so that we beat. Oh yes, there's one I've seen here.
Hey, you've been trying to pull a Kagwe ameenda niko ndani bro. Niaje hi.
Oh,
Hey,
that video, just the first video. The first video. You have to scroll up and down.
Okay.
Then again, go down now. Wait, was she was in whatever there, but
Guys, I don't even know why
When she was in Lamu just the other day with Kagwe, so
Like,
that time.
what's your point?
No,
Usiseme pia yeye yako kwa hiyo
check
category.
it. In fact, this is a good one. Check it. Sawa, it's starting. What is that she's posting?
Ay jamani.
Surely,
jamani.
what is this?
Like,
What did I say?
I want
They
to
will
see.
Post, they will post up somewhere and then make it seem like unajua hiyo villa
Show me.
on this one, Tim, I think
I-
some people are so good at doing it. You
Unaona?
can't
Check
even-
it. Exactly. Check it too.
What is that?
That is why nilianza na kusema like what is
Some
sexualization.
of this-
We'll circle back to that.
Yeah,
What is
of course.
sexualizing yourself?
Some of it
Because
can
then
be-
you'd
some of
also
it can
say
be
she's
very
relative.
sexualizing
I'll
herself
have
if
to
we're going with
screenshot. I'll
what
have
she's
to
showing
screenshot.
us.
Some of it I think is very
I can't
relative,
even do it
and
with time.
like that one I showed you just now for that.
She's
those
done
things.
it, like you're saying, so well that the cover of the video is her in a top that shows cleavage, alafu anajiekelea hapo.
My
Don't believe
God. Sasa tusivai dress ziko tukuwe kama Deliesha inafika hapa juu.
You mamas like acting like men are foolish, like men don't know what we are saying. Ultimately, it's why I told you cannot be representing my team. You have my number on your jersey, you have my name on your jersey, na unajionyesha.
The
You can't.
example.
And then there's a single feminist who will get upset because the non-existent man that she thinks of doesn't give her those rules.
No, you're just touching on. No, you're like really getting in kukua petty. You're touching on the
Yeah.
extremes.
Actually,
You're
I
touching
wanted
on the
to say you're
extremes.
really
Because
petty.
if she was attacking the girl with the pink dress, it would have made sense.
Yeah, that one makes
It would
a
have
lot
made
of sense. The ones Ola was
But
showing
like,
us.
No,
On
like
this
That
one-
chick is just dressed, and because the weather dictates it's hot, you're not going to wear a pull neck and
You need
sijui
to-
long sleeved.
you need to draw a line.
You need to draw a line and explain what is.
if you're criticizing
Yo,
something, say
Listen, what did I say?
Tell
if
us
you're
what
on
you
my
said.
team and you have my name on your jersey, yote ni kelele mnanipigia.
we pia hapana.
If you want to dress in your cleavage showing dresses, Zola is single. Mtumie DM.
No, actually,
But don't sexualize me
wait.
because Alice Kanini. It's just called Alice.
That one we agree. That one we
Yeah,
agree
don't
entirely.
do
The
that.
point
don't
was,
agree.
it's not about her. It is those. There are so many who
Yeah,
do that.
uh-huh.
Unaona? So a guy will see that, and that becomes a standard of what did you guys
Exactly.
say? Of what is normal, right? That becomes the standard of what's
the new-
normal.
the new
So on a
normal.
Monday morning, you meet that in the streets, and then someone will tell you, "How dare a man, view me from that perspective for dressing
I have
like
a
this?"
question. Do you follow or watch Fresh and Fit? You know Fresh and Fit?
I will say this. The reason why I've hesitated is this. I don't believe in saying anything about
Fresh and Fit.
no, about guys who try to build up men, but I don't agree with a lot of the things that they say. I share a lot of their inspiration in terms of the people who they claim to look up to. Guys like Rollo Tomasi. I look up to Rollo Tomasi. I look up to, Papa Tate and his brother Tristan. But I do not believe in Like, you can't live the lifestyle that they lead and then pretend that your life is what other guys should aspire to. I don't agree with what they do. I don't.
Specifically, nilikuwa nataka ku venture on that because one of the message the red pill community advocate for, most of them, is a girl's attention is not valuable. A girl's intelligence doesn't benefit a guy that much. It has a lot to do that. So when I'm in school studying, that has no benefit to my man, my guy. You see, what a guy wants in a girl is basically for you to look pretty.
You've misconstrued the red pill and you've run with a misunderstanding of it. One of these days we should have a show about this, because if I start, I will truly go off, but you've misconstrued the red pill.
Okay.
What they are basically saying is, when you ask a woman, what do you bring to the table? A woman will tell you, well, I'm intelligent. That does nothing for me. You're intelligent. Go you. At the end of the day, who's paying for this date? Me. At the end of the day, if we do get married, the bills are on who? Me. So when you tell me you're intelligent, I mean, it makes you're a bit more interesting to talk to, right? But when we look at the larger scheme of things, it doesn't factor into what I'm asking. Your intelligence will not improve the quality of my life.
How so? Wait, how so? Explain.
I've literally just spent last
How
week
does it not benefit your life? Because if I'm a bum, I'm a bum. Like, I cannot maneuver in situations. Like, if I am not intelligent, I'm just simply
you're intelligent.
not intelligent.
Will you help me pay half of your dowry?
It's not about.
It's
there's
not
so
that-
much more.
No, you see, that's the mistake. What did I say? Hold on. What did I? No, there isn't. What did I start off by saying? You have taken a wrong, almost emotional perspective on what a man wants. The red pill is about what a man wants, and then you want a man. You want to treat a man. You want to view him from the lens of a broken woman. So you want to view a man from the lens of a broken woman and say, well, this will be sufficient for me. Congratulations, you're a woman. I will not argue with you about what is sufficient for you. I will simply say, for a man, that doesn't matter. Unless you tell the man, I am in... Bro.
So you rather be with a guy
Let me
who's not intelligent.
I'm so confused. I'm like...
Let me answer this one. It's not that way. That intelligence is not high on the priority list.
Okay.
The priority
Exactly.
is fit, feminine, and friendly, meaning
Yes.
you're cooperative.
Yes.
Now, this intelligence factor is it's something that is a bonus. But these first three have to be fast.
It's
They have to be
literally the
met.
cherry on top. I can do away with the cherry. I still have my Sunday. That's what I'm telling you guys. It's not that, you can't dismiss and say it's not that way. You've explained it better, I'll admit. But what you two are doing is you're viewing what a man wants from the lens of a broken woman. And saying, you are a broken woman for liking what you like. No, the man is a man and the man is telling you. At the end of the day, you're intelligent. Sindio, Umenda Harvard, who's paying for the date? Sidi Mimi. So how was that added to my life? Okay.
But where does your intelligence come in paying
It's a
for the
bonus.
date? Where does
That's my point.
You're paying for-
That's my point.
Wait. calm
In
down.
this dance,
Let me just-
She's told you to calm down. Calm down. I love it. Wow!
You're paying for the date, right? We have not started talking. We have not done anything. Where is intelligence in the question? Because intelligence
Actually,
will
now
come down.
what I'm asking. You're asking what I'm asking in the sense that, Cheki, when I see
You're
you,
supposed
I
to
don't
pay for the
see
date
your
and You're
degree.
supposed to just sit and look at each other.
No, I could be with the most vapid bimbo in the world and I'd still have a good time because we're doing what I was anyway going to do and have fun doing.
Which was?
If I wanted to eat a meal, I was going to go there either way. You happen to be the company I chose to take. If I
But
was
you
going-
know you
hold
will
on.
not sit
If
down
I
with
was
such
going
a person.
bowling- No, listen. Again. We have veered so far off the topic, but
Facts.
you cannot demonize a man for wanting
Still
what
on
he
topic
wants.
because technically, we're talking about this attention that leads women to sexualize, and we are not giving credit to intelligent women who are out here trying to sell their intelligence, and you're busy saying
That's not true. We gave credit to an example of Candice.
That is one out of the many you can mention who
but
are babes.
on the top of my mind.
even if they gave credit, the thing is, if you're looking for a woman who is technically, if intelligent is just not on your day-to-day priority, even if you give an example right now, tomorrow and 5 years from now, it's not going to be your priority. So you're still going to want to look for that attention.
Period. But then amekumeza hapo.
Okay, hold on. No one has said, and this is where you're wrong for making this adversarial. No one has said looking for that attention is wrong. what my stance is, when you look for that attention, you will get that attention. Okay? Are we together till there? Let me proceed. If you dress like a langa, you will be treated like a langa because that's the attention, that's the energy you've put out, that's what you've attracted, right? We are still together there? Fantastic. When I see a langa, I don't care whether this langa is unfortunate. I don't care whether this langa is intelligent.
Okay.
I don't care whether this langa went to Harvard. You know what I see? I see
langa.
a langa. You know what I see? Someone I want to bed. Okay? We're together till there. Sawa sawa. Keep up. Once I see someone I want to sleep with, okay? Then it becomes, what am I even willing to see beyond this? That's now where the question of, I guess, body count and all that comes in. Am I willing to take this further than just the quick shag? If I'm willing to take this further than just the quick shag, that is now where what Zola said comes into play. Fit, feminine, friendly. Notice at no point have I asked you, what does E equals MC square mean? I haven't asked you that. Meaning it's still very far off.
But
Hold on.
sorry.
When I introduce you finally as my person on my team is when that begins to matter, because I will not introduce you, which is what you were saying, because like my babe is a lawyer, you know, alikuwa gazeti by the case even the mother of my kids. So I have a type, intelligent women. Not those vapid bimbos that were flapping gums on Edgar Barry, Twitter fingers. My point being, sir, to bring it full circle, is then when I am introducing you as the woman who wears my name on the back of her jersey, that is now when I don't want Julio kuniambia, I swear to God, umeleta kumbafu bwana, udem kumbafu. Okay. Notice how far away it was from when we started interacting to when that actually began to matter.
Okay. Thing about, I think in the current generation, being the good girl, not Gen Z particularly, being a good girl does not have any benefits.
Oh my God.
Actually, I'll take that one.
Wait.
Oh my God. I'll take that one.
Calm down.
But
The
from
benefits-
what Chim has said, it has benefits.
It
The
does. It does.
benefits of being a promiscuous woman is way more compared
That's
to
true.
being a good girl.
Tim,
That's
actually,
true.
let me take this one. I want to take this
That
one.
is true.
I want to
Good
take
girls
this
Take it away.
finish last.
Take it
When
away.
you
Yeah.
stick up
Take it
with
away.
boys
Boys.
finish last, good girls finish
And
last.
it's
away,
because
bro.
you guys have made it okay.
Yes,
That's what
they
you
get
want.
Take it away,
everything.
bro.
They
What
want
is
it
left
all.
for good
They get
girls?
the strips.
Let me respond to
They
this
get
one.
the rich men. As
let
we
me-
get
wait,
Duanzi's
let me
like
let me respond
Klein.
to this one quickly. Most of these chicks who are doing this promiscuous stuff is that thing of easy come,
Easy go.
You guys are looking at this small, it's called a flashy life, but this flashy life comes with very many consequences.
Basically, what we have been told is modern mothers did not teach their daughters the difference between being a concubine and a wife.
Yes.
If you're a concubine, is what he's saying, and he's about to take it away now.
The thing is this. In fact, good girls, there's a reason why that thing of body count is such a big issue for men.
For Zola.
No.
Me by there,
no,
I asked so
No,
many men,
no.
and now me hakuna mtu anajali
Actually,
bro.
Julio, look at Julio's face. Look at Julio's face.
Unajali. Where Gen Z?
Wait, Nicola, sorry, Lisa. If you found
Lily.
out, oh sorry, Lily, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
If you found out,
She does now finally laugh.
if you found out that your boyfriend has a body count of 1500, would it bother you?
Of course.
Yeah, so body count matters.
Thank
for both.
you.
And
Thank you.
Now let's proceed.
So the thing is this, actually nice girls finish fast for men who are actually have standards,
Thank
men
you.
who are actually
Men of
value. Because a man of value does not want to bed a woman or to marry a woman who every time like
no, a man will bed her.
No,
But
marry.
I
That's
will
what I said,
not
marry.
own her.
Yeah,
I will
marry.
not claim her.
Marry. Don't marry someone who this chick has been known by most guys. The reason juzi
Nitembe na dem Julio akuja niambie wewe najua hii uligonga na kutumia do. Me I'm thinking.
you can't even remember juzi. There's a certain celebrity
It's supposed to be free.
who has been cloud chasing, and his wife has been captured in different photos with different men, and men don't respect that guy. I'm not-
Caliph Cairo is a very good example. Alikuwa Twitter. In fact, that's a man I don't respect, because yes, he's a high net worth man, but he's a low value man.
Leave it
How
alone.
can you want to attach your name, your brand? Kitu wao naona iliko inaenda chini na inarombosea mtu.
My God,
Ai,
that is such.
rubbish.
Hiyo ni akili yako
Wait.
ni very small. Kama kurombosa is equivalent to
Kurombosa is
hoeing.
listen, it's a mating dance. It is usually
Hey
a
bro, mimi I can
Julio,
even
ushaipata
twerk on our
ushaipata dem
girls.
bila kurombose. Ai.
Jimmy, in fact, you're going to now. I was talking about a certain celebrity who was an orphan. I'm not gonna say his name. You know the guy. Someone who has been lucky in life.
Bahati, the one who posted a photo.
No,
It's known. It's known, guys.
Okay,
He put all the content himself.
all
Yeah,
over.
it's known.
The point is, very many men actually don't respect him because you can see his wife. There's history there with other guys. This thing, this idea of good girls finish last is a big lie.
Yes.
Don't be lied to.
Listen.
Most of these chicks, like in Kanini, are going to regret it in the future.
Yeah,
Which
I'm
is
going to
true. I
encourage
agree
you.
with
I'm
this.
going to encourage you. The audience doesn't know this, but I have some backstory on Becca from today. She's dating a guy, and I will not lie to you. Zola, let's tell the truth. Doesn't he sound like a respectable man?
He does.
Given the type of chick he's dating?
Yes.
I used to have a friend. No, friend of me. He was going to a Fox. Festa Swery. Alisema kitu.
Ngojea kwanza.
That always held on to me.
Ni de, mama ni Charlie.
Ni Charlie.
Oh, ni de. Because I watched an episode of you guys talking about
Chill.
friends.
Fox said something that stuck with me. Hadi wa leo. He told me, if your wife looks good, you look good. If your wife is unattainable, the better. Nikiingia mali, your guy right now doesn't have to worry. You've sat next to one of the sexiest men in Kenya.
Zola.
Me.
Shout out to Zola,
Angalia
baby.
director ame-
Because we know who's the sexiest here. And it ain't you, baby.
Oh my
He's
goodness,
not
man.
worried. Unaona? He's not worried. Right? And you have done such a good job of representing him. Adi, in all honesty, this is something impressive. Someone else who is looking for the fleeting. Mtu anadai, she wants to have 50 notches on her bed, will look at you and say, boring. But men who are of substance, men who have actually earned the scars on their faces and their backs, they've earned the calluses on their hands and earned every coin in their pocket, will look at you and say, uyu ni baby. And you will never be in the same room with a high value man, and he will treat you the
Like,
same way he would treat
Kanini.
Vigesha.
Can you
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Where my man is right now, watu wanasemanga isha hapo uko sawa.
joking.
No,
I'm
let me give you
joking.
this instance. A couple of, was it last week? I was out and I was working, and then I go for my dinner break. And then this guy comes and sits next to me. I think I told my boyfriend this story, and he starts hitting on me. And then we had, like, I just spoke to him, and like, I was very straight with him. I'm not going to give him my number. And then he asked me what I wanted to do when I grow up. And I said a lawyer. And then he was like, so you want to defend criminals? Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that story. But I ended up asking him, does he have a wife? And his response was yes. And does he have children? And his response was yes.
Yes.
And this happens like a lot of times. A lot of times. And for a girl in my position, it takes grace and it takes a lot of exposure to actually be able to tell the difference. Because what about this woman who is seated at home taking care of the children? What makes me more special than she is?
Wewe ni mrembo, huyu alichapa.
But nitachapa someday. Like nitachapa.
Well, haujachapa sahi.
But nitachapa. Like
That takes us
road
back to what I was saying. Men are visual creatures. He doesn't know anything about you. He doesn't know whether or not you honor the relationship that you have.
Or even if
Yeye
you have
aliona
one.
nini? Aliona dem,
Msichana
akasema
mrembo.
hii inaweza gonga.
It's not about my relationship. It's about his. We're focusing on his.
Again, you're looking at things the wrong way. You're looking at it from a female perspective at
It's
what
not-
a man should do, and then you're saying,
Yeah, I agree with
"Niaje,"
you on
and then
that
you're
one.
saying, why didn't he behave like I'd expect a woman to?
No, he's
He
supposed
is a man. He's
No.
not looking for a wife. He's looking for a
But then let's take it
Ndio
back.
sasa we'll circle back and say things like this push girls like me,
Girls to want to
unfortunately,
do that.
because everybody wants security in the relationship.
And security
if I know
is
my
money.
boyfriend will get to a point where he's like he's looking at other girls and he can live at any point, and who wants to live like that every day?
I'm not. Amazola, you'll take that.
No, here's the problem I have with that type of argument. Life is a risk. Life has trade-offs.
Men are really bottom of the...
No. Let me-
Amesema, life is a risk.
Wait.
So umzaya a risk.
No. You're not
Yeah,
getting.
risk.
You're not
Yeah.
getting. I'm telling you now. Just because someone is behaving badly, does not mean you should behave badly.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You should hold yourself to a higher standard than other people. Because if you say everyone is doing it, so I need to do it, you sink to that level. Hold yourself to a higher standard. You're like, okay, this person is behaving badly.
What do we say on this show? Caesar's wife must be above
reproach. And you hold yourself to higher standard. There are people who don't cheat. I don't cheat. If I'm in a relationship, I will do my best to be with this woman. So you pray and you expect that the man you're going to be with and you're vetted is going to be that man who does not cheat on you.
I also don't cheat.
That is the mindset you're supposed to have. But
No,
this
I'm
mindset,
saying that because I know my wife will watch this and be like, why didn't you also speak up and tell us?" I don't cheat.
like, even you guys, Gen Z women have been saying this thing about manifesting. Manifest someone who actually you believe this person is not going to cheat on me. Because if you say, if this is happening to people, it's also going to happen to me, you're in a defeatist mindset. Expect the best for yourself.
And
Also,
that's
him
a high expectation. I'm expecting someone else to be a good person.
No, but
that's
him
a lot on me.
it doesn't color you in any way.
Yeah.
Him straying does not color you in any way. Right?
Definitely.
You see,
That's
from,
a him
from the way
problem.
we've been talking with you, I know you're not a shorty for the streets. Or maybe unajifanya because I give you butterflies, you're trying to show me that you're not a shorty for the streets. But from your conversation, the way you carry yourself, you're not a shorty for the streets. No. That is why the energy you get from, and this is a very, like this room has a lot of men, the energy they have shown you has not been a shorty for the streets.
Yeah.
The same goes for you, Lily, actually.
Oh, today now you've changed this.
No, I'm just
2
saying,
minutes
the same
ago.
goes for you. The same goes for you. That is why when guys were attacking you online, no one ever popped up and said, Anaka, what?
For the street, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did they go for? They went for low-hanging fruits for the physical. Because no one has a story out there where they say, "Audem to make pepeta udem." Unaona? And that's the difference between you and these shorties for easy man. These shorties who put themselves out there like that. So the two of you out of the rest of the Kenyan women, leo nimewapatia take.
Dead. And imagine we are so many. Also, something I need to maybe there's one more question and then we conclude. But there's something Zola said that these girls will, like you said, Alice, one day will come and regret. We'll give you an example. I think at that time we're still working together. I'm going to mention her name because I don't think it's a bad thing. Bridget Acheng. I don't even know where she went to.
Yeah.
I don't think you know. She was a socialite for back in the days. I don't know where she went to.
Coco.
Yeah, and at that point, what her job was, she was very vocal about it. She was of the streets, deep.
Selling those coco.
Yeah, and the stories, she would talk about it. So, of course, because we were working in a place where we used to break news. Yeah, we used to break news. We'd write a lot of those stories. So, when now it was time for her to get married and settle down, because she got a child and she couldn't get married to that guy, because that guy said, my mom has said, there are so many stories about you being in the ratchetry, she cannot be able to allow me to get married to you. And no, she came to us and begging us, telling us, please delete the content. At this point, I'm like, this is my job. I'm not going to delete the content because you are doing it. You said it.
Yeah.
And now she was regretting to a point she's gone like completely under the radar. I don't even
she's
know.
in Turkey, I think.
Yeah, you know, her life just... And she can't get married, she can't do anything. And it's something that she wanted. Equally, even these other people, Kina Huda, Kina Vera, it gets to a point you want to settle, even though Huda says, I don't want to get, I know she wants to, but she can't.
Huda wants is just the men who she wants.
Yeah, and she also, because people are looking at you like you're not of value, like these guys are saying. So listen, my girlies, stop doing that. It's good for now. It will give you the flashy lifestyle for now, but then guess what? There's a point.
All of 2 years.
Yeah, there's a point to come. You'll want to settle, and you can't do that because what on a Google jina yako, bro? Everything that is there is even work. Exactly. Yeah. So the last point is, why don't feminists fight? I don't know who's calling me at this point. Okay, it's my mom. It's my mom.
Oh. You could actually step out and pick up.
No, it's fine.
Oh, cool.
Why don't feminists complain when women sell their bodies online?
Because they are useless.
Yeah, okay. Chim cannot answer this question. Chim, why do you hate feminists?
They are useless.
No, feminists are all about...
They are a cancer.
They're all about free choices for women, as long as it's to do ratchetry.
They're all about the power without responsibility.
Yes.
I'm done about
that's it. They don't... Because at the end of the day, I've not seen any of these women actually tell him, by the way, this you'll regret. This will mess you up.
They don't hold Karen Nyamu accountable when she's online making a circus out of... I won't lie to you. I have no respect for that guy. He makes a lot of money. But the fact that he would allow another woman into his home and drag his daughters through that level of humiliation for the sake... because of their mother, by extension, right? What goes on with the mom? The fact that he allows that nonsense, that's not a high value man. Anaweza imba all he wants, he's talented. Anaweza make all the money he wants. He drives a huge Prado, sawa. But that's not a man anyone would say, if my son were to come and say I idolize him, I'd say I've done a good job raising my son. I'll know I didn't teach my son to look beyond the flash. I didn't teach my son to look at substance. Unaona? And feminists, the fact that they never hold their own accountable, how am I meant to respect that? How am I meant to respect that?
I can give you a piece of my mind on that. You remember the other time we were talking about feminism? I went and did my homework.
Nice.
And because like I like understanding things, especially other people's perspective, but also
the reality.
Yeah. So when I went and I was doing the research, there was a question that popped up that why are men conservatives and why are women liberals?
Yeah, we discussed that, yes.
Yes, and most of the studies that came up was that men have the power.
Tuachie hapo, please. We'll discuss that one. I'll invite you to discuss that on another day.
Men have the okay, so I don't know whether you are agreeing or disagreeing.
I'm disagreeing.
He's disagreeing.
But
Mightily.
thing is, men have the power, women don't. So women want the freedom. They just want to live. You see, men want to keep that power. Women want to have that power. But
that's not this. Let me tell you, there's a song that came out in the 80s. That was it used to go, girls just want to have fun.
Girls just
Madonna.
want to have fun.
That song. And the point of that song was feminists just want authority, no responsibility. That's a simple truth.
That is why men are conservative.
And this thing of blaming men for your choices, what can you not do in this country that
I can do? What is it that you can't do that I can do?
It's not a competition. I'm just trying to...
No, I'm just asking.
That is a lie. It's
I'm
a false
backing up
premise.
Zola's question.
It's-
No, what can you do? This answers all that. What can I do that you are not allowed to do? The law says you're not allowed to do. Can you drive a car? Lily drove here, right? Can you hold a position in a company, any position that you qualify for? Okay. Have you been denied education?
No.
So then what power
Which is this power?
do I have that you have been denied?
Can I explain?
Yeah, sure.
So from the research that I was able to do and whatever I was able to gather was, first of all, when we were talking about the topic about feminism, how did you tell me feminism began? Just clear it out.
It was about the
Suffrage movement.
Suffrage movement.
Suffrage movement was in the, I think around...
Early 20s or 1920s there.
No, that's when
No,
they finally got
it was
when it
18
started in the 1800s.
late
1800s,
1800s, yeah.
yes.
But women themselves fought against the suffrage movement. It took the Senate, the American Senate of all white men to vote and say, we give you this right.
So here's the thing. Feminism began way before that. Way before that. The only reason why we even talking about it is because this particular, I think there was a document that a woman drafted. What's the name of that woman? I'm not sure if it's Lucretia Mott or something. She's the one who drafted this document, and she wanted women to have voting rights in order.
First of all, tell the full story. It was not all women. Women of color were not. So how is feminism about women?
You see,
If it's
listen.
race-based where I say, I'm superior to you.
Initially, it wasn't.
Oh my God.
Initially, it wasn't.
Oh my God.
Initially, it wasn't actually. They were working together, and
Then how was Margaret Sanger platformed?
this was where the difference came in. There was a conference that was led in London. The first, I've forgotten the name of the conference. There was a conference that was held in London, and the women wanted to go, but the men did not want them to go. The men wanted to go and advocate for women's rights, and they did not want women to participate. So a bunch of women went regardless, and these women were not allowed to speak. See, so they this whole debate and them wanting these men to back them up is where the race card was pulled. So this is where the difference came in. But initially, it was not a race thing.
I need to read about this.
It was not a race thing.
Yes, let's do this. We will. I'm hearing you. I will invite you for conversation. Probably it'll be a one-on-one.
Okay.
Yeah,
where
just the
we'll
two of you.
Yeah, around this small round table. You
Okay.
and I will have a conversation.
Okay.
But we have deviated with
Should
this
be
one.
about feminism now proper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
we will
now
actually have that conversation. I will invite you back. Because also I saw in the comments on YouTube, there was someone who wrote a story. I was like, yo, ipelekea publisher yako. See, I don't have the time for this one. But we will sit
But
down
I think
and dedicate
feminism
something.
with time, and I think that's why Chim does not like them now,
Yeah.
is because they have created their own whatever.
Where it's perfectly
Yeah,
okay
which
on
is-
social media to say kill all men and
Yeah.
you don't get docked. I
There's-
can't say the
that
same.
that really upsets
That's
me.
misandry.
Yes.
I said,
yes.
why aren't women also coming to talk about that? Because if it's the man who went and said, ati mimi nikiona mwanamke mahali anachapa nitachapa. You know that girl.
Yeah.
But then
No,
let me tell
that
you,
was
that
bad.
girl
Yes,
irritates
that
the
will be a
shit
topic.
out
Actually,
of
that's a
me.
topic for I believe it's next week. Let's actually begin to wrap up.
I don't even know where we're heading a name. You what you know, you need
So
help.
like I was making the point why feminists don't call out the women.
Yeah.
Because it's like pro-choice.
No, it's a cult. Even when it's pro-choice, you should have the it's called what the integrity to tell someone like Zola does with me, where he says, I am fundamentally opposed to your idea of, for example, RP, Kweli Rongo. He tells me he's fundamentally opposed to my idea of the red pill. He calls it
Yeah.
out. You, as a feminist, unless it's a cult, you should be able to
But
say,
I also call out people. So
But actually, there's a reason for that. Women are normally a hard movement. And if a woman goes out of light, she's tandiquad. That's the biggest problem we have. We have women who are actually very conservative, but because the head of the feminists or the women who are leading women right now, yes, are very liberal. Those ones who are conservative cannot speak.
Yeah.
That's why it's very unpopular for a chick to say, I want to get married if you're young.
or to
Call
say,
out.
I want that conservative man.
Or
Yet
I
when you
want
look at
children.
dating,
Yes.
I actually
even the conservative man, when you look at dating profiles, women tend almost overwhelmingly to go for conservative men. But when you put them in front of the camera and you say, would you rather this soy boy looking effeminate man, or would you rather this muscular conservative? They'll be like, no, I want the soy boy.
Actually, it's easy. I think they are criticized. If you try and criticize those women for behaving badly, other women will come and attack you.
Yeah, that's true.
Mbona unasema hivyo?
And we've
that
seen it a
needs to
lot,
change.
actually. We've seen it a lot. When we were having a conversation around femicide,
Femicide.
any female who commented and would agree with what we were saying was lampooned in the
Yeah,
comments.
that's true.
It was insane.
It needs to change.
but now I think I get what you're saying and I hear you guys. The only problem is when an issue is being addressed, for example, an issue concerning gender-based violence or maybe something to do with rape, and then now that is the time somebody wants to bring men who are undergoing the same thing. I think that is very unfair.
I told these guys the same
I think
thing.
that is very unfair and you will not be heard.
Guys,
You will
Stick with your
Yeah.
feminism.
Check it,
Talk about it, square feminism.
we have that episode on femicide. Make sure you go and check it out.
And
We'll
also
make
on
sure to
feminism,
link
there's
it.
a time we talked about it.
We'll actually have
Oh,
a
no, it was on
dedicated episode on
femicide.
femicide.
Yeah, it was on
We'll have a
femicide.
dedicated episode on feminism, but we have one on femicide. Check it out. Give us your feedback. That being said and done, ladies and gentlemen, thank you
Subscribe.
for joining us on a subscribe. Thank you.
I would tell them
ladies.
again to watch
Subscribe.
that episode because they think we don't talk serious things.
Subscribe.
Even
Also
for
check
mental
out-
health, we did.
Yeah, but you
guys,
can see that.
Subscribe. It's been awesome having you guys join us for the conversation. We've deviated kidogo leo, but that tends to happen when you have intelligent people on the panel, such as Lily Aisha.
I feel like that's a lot of sarcasm, but I am intelligent.
It
Listen,
wasn't sarcasm.
I am very intelligent, but
Yeah.
also again, I'm not a feminist, but I'm gonna tell you, you girlies who are doing these things for showing your bodies, you're going to regret it. Stop it. Go the hard way. Imagine, sit down, work. Itajipa eventually.
Yeah. That being said and
Actually,
done,
thank you, Becca, for coming.
Becca, thank you for coming.
She's very intelligent.
Very, very.
Very.
No, thank
For your age, I applaud you, girl. Si ati naambia wase.
Subscribe.
Oh, Gen Z.
Goodbye,
Subscribe.
the Gen Z people. Sending out your mama of the curtains. Mwah.
Alright, it's a wrap, guys. It's a wrap.